I listen to this shit and then I forget. All right, I'll be more prepared now. I'm sorry. Welcome back to Two in the Blue. I am your host, John Flounder Caruso, here with co-host Stevie D. DeStefano, and in the background, DJ Lou, editor, producer, always making that magic happen. We are recording episode 41 from the Energy Defender studio. Call Energy Defenders for all your solar and roofing needs. Steve, keep your hot breath away from the mic. Use a lot of H words.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Steve, what's going on? How has this week been? I know the weather's been a little warmer. We're out. We're working. I'm having a somewhat good time at this new job. I had a little bit of a miserable day the other day, but
What happened?
I think things just got jumbled up. We got put on a job with another crew. It ended up raining. That guy couldn't have his guys working, so kind of things got like jumbled around, and we were all on top of each other. It was just kind of and it rained all day in Cherry Hill, and so it was like a big sloppy mess.
Is there anything worse than when it rains and then it stops raining and then you have to resume work soaking wet in the summer?
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
Because if you get in the air conditioner when you're wet, you're going to get cold. Right, and then you get out in that damp, and you're like, it is. It's like, ugh.
It's like being a swamp.
Yes.
You know, you just feel like a toad.
You're like you're Swamp Thing.
It's horrible. Horrible.
So we, me and my wife, my father-in-law finally has made the decision that he's gonna move up here to New Jersey. Ultimately, I wanted perfect world. Moving to Hamilton would be perfect. Like, you know what I mean? We're looking for a single family rancher home. There is nothing in Hamilton. And even if there is, it's like people want to live in, but it's expensive to buy a home.
You got to rent.
We did find something. I think we're going to go to Elmtown. I think Elmtown is nice. We found a nice little place. It's nice inside. We hope they accept the offer. Needs a little TLC, but it's, you know what? At the end of the day, he's 82. It's perfect for him. Elmtown's, that's what they're for, 55 and older, and it's quiet and it's nice. Got a big wide street. I think there's going to be. I'm hoping we get it. I think that's going to be the place he lands.
That's good.
Yeah.
Congrats. I know that you guys have been trying to get him up here.
Yeah, it's been rough because he just can't do it by himself.
He's alone
anymore.
down there?
Yeah,
At
unfortunately.
82?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, his mom, Aaron's mom passed away. I think 4 years ago. So it was of dementia. So it's been. I think it's been rough on him. It's like a day when he's there by himself. It's a daily reminder. So it's time to get, and he's forgetful of which any 80-something-year-old is going to be. They're forgetful of things. And God forbid something does happen, we want them closer so we can help take care of them. Steve, so if you don't know what I'm laughing at, before the show started, Lou yelled at Steve because when he's not talking, Steve goes like this. So she tells him back away from the mic, and Steve is constantly actually catching himself doing this the entire time. Well played, Steve.
Yeah. This is what sucks about getting old. Like, everyone wants to live to be 100.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Why?
but you just losing people left and right.
I know.
And you end up by yourself in Carolina.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's sad. It really is.
My father, he's 81, and he sits there and he's like, yeah, there's another one I put in the ground. There's another one I put in the ground. Hey, I mean, it's the truth. You just basically sit there. It's sad. I mean, but I guess that's what
friends down there. Like, who was down there?
He does have he had a couple friends. They moved from Florida to Calabash, North Carolina. And, they bought a beautiful rich brick rancher on the back end of a golf course. Their backyard was the fairway. Very reasonable. Like 2,000 square feet. Maybe, I don't know if they bought it for like $260. Only like $900 for the year in taxes. It's crazy down there. But it was beautiful. Anyhow, it's just a lot. It's a lot of house for him. It's a lot for him to do. And, driving too, he really shouldn't be driving long distances. So it's time. It's time to finally get him. And he's accepted. He wants to. He's ready. So that makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when people are like at a certain age and they say no, it's like there is no convincing them otherwise. Like my grandfather, it took them forever to get him to stop driving. He didn't want to do it. And he wanted to they would tell him you got to go to the hospital. Like, they got to take care of this. They got to take care of that. And he's just like, no. I'm not doing it, and they're trying to take these life-saving measures for him. And he was just like, nah, You know,
It's
it's hard to tell like someone who's set in their ways to like do something they don't want to do.
It is. He's it's a sin because he calls her the other day. He's like, I know it's far away, but I kind of need my protein shakes from Costco. Now Costco's like 45 minutes away. She's like, no, absolutely not.
You can order them. They got them on
and that's
Amazon?
what she did. She goes, give me your Costco card and your credit card, and I'm going to order them for you and have them delivered to your house. And that she saved the money.
Yeah.
By doing it. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like it's little things like that. So I think hopefully we're going to settle in Elmtown. Keep everybody posted on that. If anybody gives a shit, but
Yeah, keep us posted.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. So.
At the edge of our seats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Big exciting news in my life right now.
Yeah.
What do you got? What else?
So
Come on.
Yeah, so we called fire a couple days ago, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you post this video of the flagging incident, and this happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
It does, and that's why this video
Rarely someone gets out, but there's altercations
all the time.
constantly.
Yeah, that guy would have called a two-piece. He swung first. He tried slapping the guy's hard hat or whatever. He'd have called it. He definitely would have called it two, or a smack in the face. He'd have called something.
So technically, a contractor can hold. I think it's 20 minutes where you can stop traffic for. 20.
Really?
Could you imagine being in a rush
No.
and getting stopped for 20 fucking minutes? Stood still.
I mean, I know.
Like, imagine being the 100th person in that line, knowing like.
But you're
there's
not going nowhere.
So like, I get it. I get the frustration, but it's never it's never like the person working's fault. You know, like it is what it is. Like
Right.
if they're stopping you for that long, it's because there's like an excavator in the middle of the road. You're not going anywhere anyway. There's like there's 15 guys walking down the street. Like if they're stopping you, it's for a reason. There's either traffic coming the other way, you're gonna get in a head-on collision if you go.
Right.
Or there's like big serious machinery. It could be like I got held up at the Weymouth Road one. They were using a crane, and when a crane goes overhead, if they have to go overhead of traffic at all, if anything is going overhead of traffic, they're stopping you.
Right.
They're not taking a chance of this thing dropping down on your car and killing you or destroying your car. They're stopping traffic, which is the right thing to do. And I get it. Like I get being in a rush and getting stopped, and then you gotta wait. But like, how are you gonna get mad at the guy who's just holding a stop sign?
Who's doing his job? I mean, yeah, he's being told to.
He don't want to be holding that stop sign.
No.
God knows.
No, this guy, yeah, he gets out. He's got an attitude. He's all pumped up, and you see the workers. The workers were coming right behind. He's about ready to he's going to get lumped up.
You think that flagger cared if that guy went into oncoming traffic?
No.
He probably was like, yeah, go ahead, dude.
No, go ahead, knock yourself out.
I'm not going to turn this sign.
Right.
But you can. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
It's ignorance. People are just they don't like to be. They don't want to be interrupted, and a lot of times they're in a rush to a place they don't even want to be to their job, and it's not the person in front of you's fault that you're running late. It's your freaking fault.
Yeah. I love when you're flagging, dude. They'll just start wailing on the horn.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now what?
Now what? Right.
Yeah.
Does that make you happy?
A
You
noise
happy
is
now?
not doing anyone any good.
I wave and smile like.
But you know what happened? I bet you this is what happened, right? That kid probably had 100 people drive by. Fuck you, asshole, jerk off, get a real job, blah, blah, blah. You know, like whatever, right? And that guy probably said the wrong fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or was just the wrong person. And he probably just said, well, fuck you too.
Yeah.
And the guy said, what? Mm-hmm. You said, fuck you. Like, there's only so much people could take before they
I get it.
Before they just release it a little bit, you know?
And it's hot. He's standing there. I mean, like.
Yeah. I give him a break, dude.
I mean, the flaggers one is the most frustrating bullshit job out there. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. They just think, oh, it's so easy.
And if they're stopping you, it's because you need to stop. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere to go.
And I promise you, if I get hit by a person and I live, I will own the entire everything they have. They'll work for me the rest of their life.
Yeah.
After I get up and probably beat them the shit out of it, if I can and there's no cameras.
Well, someone in the 472 group said they were familiar with the situation. That guy got arrested.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's why I was still able to keep up a little bit with the comments.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. No, man, keep it coming, man. The comments were great. I mean, that thing completely blew up. What were we at, like 2 point something million, 2.8 million?
2.8, 2.9, yeah.
That's great.
That's cool. Yeah. Appreciate it.
We are cool.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
We're cool. We wear cool shirts.
The premier. You do. Psycho Bunny.
Psycho Bunny, I don't know how they haven't reached out. You know they're watching.
Psycho Bunny really should.
You know the owner of Psycho Bunny is definitely watching.
Psycho Bunny.
And it's Easter time.
If you listen to us talk, we fit right into the psycho part. I go through a lot of therapy for that.
It's Easter. You know?
It's Easter. Pastelli.
Come on. Hook us up, dude.
I mean, look us up.
We could use some free shit.
Right.
What the fuck? So Amazon is sending satellites into space for to provide internet now for people.
Okay.
Is that crazy?
No.
They're taking over the world.
And we're letting them. It's a tech. Well, I mean, come on. Why not get involved in the internet?
But don't you think there's more to a satellite than just internet? I mean, is there just, you would know though. Well, is it just like,
there's got to be
internet
laws.
Satellite like different than like a GPS satellite?
I am sure.
No, I mean, it's the same.
So concept. They could serve both purposes?
Yeah, I mean, anything that goes through their satellite, they have access to.
So what I thought immediately was like, they're getting ready to go fully automated vehicles. And they're going to have their own satellites, their own GPS, their own everything. They're not going to have any overhead at all. That's the first thing I thought about. They're going to fire all 300,000 fucking drivers they have, and they're just going to buy 300,000 vehicles that can just, like, with a robotic arm that just like a paper boy.
That's not happening.
Well, that's not happening because there's fragile shit. But you see what I'm saying? It's the first thing I thought about.
I bet they keep a person there just to run the packages back and forth and pay them half as much
so
money.
There's that, but they also have stuff where like they have like these big trucks that go get it from wherever they're getting it from and bringing it to the Amazon facilities, and then a lot of times it goes from the Amazon facility to like USPS or UPS or wherever it's going. So like there's a lot of just one stop driving that Amazon does. It's not just the delivering it to your house. There's a ton of logistics involved.
Freight.
Yeah, but there's a ton
I can see it be done with freight.
It's going to be. They're doing it. And this is the first step. They're saying it's for like, oh yeah, so we can give you guys internet, but it's not. And so that
Why would they lie about that though?
Because they don't want people. I don't know. Because there's a lot of things that could come with this automation. Like they don't want to scare their drivers. How's that?
I don't care how big. Who owns Amazon again?
Jeff Bezos.
Okay, I don't care how big he is. You can't just throw a satellite in the air. There's laws, there's rules, so they're going to have to follow things.
Well, they are following them, and they're putting them in the air.
Okay. So don't you think they're going to be ready? Like all of a sudden, well, we're going to put them in air. I'm sure they have to put on paper. We're putting in air for these purposes.
Yeah, but the media doesn't have to tell you.
Well,
they don't have to tell the media. Like how would a media person get a hold of that?
Well, yeah, but the way you're making it sounds like they're doing it to be sneaky.
Well, I don't think they would tell people if they were doing it for GPS purposes, for automation. Why would they? Why would they scare their entire workforce?
Well, that would be the only reason.
Yeah, I mean they're coming first, and they're just going to be the first wave.
I can see. I know they deliver. I never had one delivered to my house, but the drones, so they drop the packages off with drones.
Yeah, I've heard of that, and I've never.
And that I can see maybe for an upgrade, having them for satellites.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Is it New Jersey?
I don't know if it's in New Jersey.
Seems like Arizona or something.
Why not New Jersey?
I don't know, but maybe that's what they're getting ready to do. They're sending up more satellites so they can expand their drone delivery.
Well, that's another GPS.
Yeah.
So it is for GPS.
Yeah.
So you admit it.
So now they're going to take over the world.
Obviously.
And then before you know it, they're going to have robots that think, and all of a sudden, they're going to invent Amazon. Again,
robots? It's going to be Amazon.
And they're going to be AI.
2.0.
It's going to be AI, and it's just going to read itself, and then eventually they're going to kill off Jeff Bezos.
Uh-huh.
They're going to kill him off.
He's an adult.
They're going to kill him off. These AIs.
Uh-huh.
They're going to kill him because they know they don't need him anymore. They're smarter than him. This is your theory.
That's not my. So my theory would be like, if you really want to dive into my theory would be that Jeff Bezos would figure out a way to limit his labor costs with computer technology, and which is not an uncommon thing for companies to do. But it's weird when you are employing like so many people and you would be eliminating these positions.
I think there's a fine line between technology and money. Like technology and like morals too, right? Like you want it with the
You
money.
don't have morals.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you're somebody that has this money and this technology and you want to like do it for good, that's great. But like you say, you do this, you're probably going to hurt hundreds of thousands of people in the workforce.
More than that. I mean, it would have a big time ripple effect. And then he would just be like, it would be, so this is all hypothetical, by the way. Like, this is just me thinking this shit because I'm a conspiracy theorist all of a sudden. But like, that would just be the first wave of it. And then you get like the big logistics companies. And then all of a sudden, like there would be almost no need for a CEO. There would be no need for dispatchers. There'd be no need for like you could technically have a computer or AI or like something automated doing everything. So there's just like one person at the top, and instead of having like all of these layers of hierarchy before you get to the workforce, like you would eliminate all of it. It's not just the workforce. I mean, what point? Why would you need a CEO if your entire workforce is a robot? Like you wouldn't. You just need someone who could like.
Yeah, but you still got to have faces of the company. People got to go to interviews. People have.
They got a little smiley face. That's all they need. A little blip.
No.
That's all they need.
There still has to be interaction. They still have. You got to have
face of Amazon?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You still got to have CEOs. You got to have people that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Sure, you do. There has to be people that goes to these meetings, interviews, all these anything, all that stuff. Why? I mean, what? Then what? They're just going to stop having these events? They'll stop having everything, and just everybody will be with Jeff Bezos. That's it.
What events do you think CEOs go to?
They go I don't know. They do a lot of they have to network. They go to shit. They're always constantly doing like. Why wouldn't you need a CEO?
Because if you
so
Amazon is all logistics, right? It's buy here, sell here, and there are computer algorithms that buy for the smallest amount. Like Amazon is very much so like extremely. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like you do something before everyone else. What's that word?
Innovative.
Yeah, they're very innovative, right? With their technology, like even
progressive thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything they do, like you don't argue with a person from Amazon. Like you are talking to a computer. There is no getting hold of a person as it is. You know what I mean? But if you could figure out a way for every single aspect of it, and there is a way because a lot of it is logistics, and there is a mathematical equation, like there is like an algorithm for everything that they do, everything. So what is the need? Like, what is the point of like this? Like they have a stranglehold of the market. Like they have their market share, and once they do turn to like all like they're once they cut their workforce like exponentially, and they're paying that much less on labor, what's the need for like
companies will crumble?
What companies?
They would crumble. You need a structure. You have to have a structure.
But they would structure it
business
through
structures. They would structure it
through
chains
robotics.
of command.
But there would be no one you'd have to answer to.
It'll never happen.
It can.
Maybe it can. Maybe
it absolutely
maybe
can.
it's not. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it won't happen.
It will happen.
Nah.
If the technology is there, it will happen.
No,
there is no, dude. A driver,
you're not getting rid of all the.
If you're just
drivers, that's fine. I'll go along with the driving to a certain point. The delivery of the package, no. You're not gonna have people. You're not gonna have trucks delivering packages at your driveway. It's not happening because it's not gonna happen.
Why wouldn't they say?
Because the inconvenience that people are gonna say, it ruined my package. It's throwing my package. What
if they just open a window in the vehicle and you just go grab your package and say?
Then you got to be home for your package.
Well, then how they have the drones doing it? What if they have a drone on every truck and the drone just pulls it out and bloop?
Well, that could be possible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like there is a way. There is a path to everything we're talking about here.
Okay.
And if he's cutting his labor costs, why wouldn't he do? If you're Jeff Bezos, the adult, and you have all the money in the whole world, why would you pay a driver to go from New Jersey to California who can only drive for 11 hours before he has to stop for 8 when you could just put an automated vehicle on the road for 24 hours? See you later.
Because I already have all the money in the world.
But he don't care. Dude, you think all the money in the world like stops the drive? It doesn't. They just want more.
Well, then he's cutthroat and he's making a
They're
name.
all
And he'll make a
That's
reputation.
how they get where they are.
Well, then that would make a reputation. That's his. That would be his reputation is ruined.
In today's day and age, that's a really dangerous thing. And like, look, dude, like people adjust, right? Like we've talked about like Carnegie and you know like the steel. Carnegie was extremely innovative. Like he was using all of the newest technology. He was cutting his workforce as much as he could, and all those people, they found somewhere to go. But like this was like a time where it was like the Industrial Revolution. Like there were jobs. Like I guess there wasn't a lot of jobs because wasn't it like nah yeah. Well, it was like 1900. So you know what I mean. There probably wasn't jobs like everywhere, but like society adjusted. But it's like once you displace people with robots, where do the people, like, what do you do?
That's what I mean. It won't happen. I don't. That's why I don't believe
people
it'll happen.
People need to band together and like people need to stop it.
That's what I'm saying. It will.
But it might be too late.
I don't know. Listen, they're not going to allow certain things. Are not going to allow, whether it be a government, whether it be groups of people. It's just not. It can't. And I fall back on nature will never let technology get too far ahead. It just, for me, that is my belief. My belief is that nature never lets technology
but the only way
get too
nature
far
is going to
ahead.
stop it is with like an ice age.
No,
It
doesn't necessarily mean nature is going to stop it with a meteor or ice age or a giant
there's a
flood.
way, right?
It could be nature could be the human nature, the human being going in and just making a stop to it.
So they got this quantum computer, right? That's in production now, and like according to like Rogan or whoever, like people that like look into this stuff, right? This computer, like if you take all the energy in the entire planet that's ever existed, put it all together, there's equations that this thing would burn itself alive trying to figure out. And this quantum computer figured it out like that. And they're saying that the only logical explanation for it is that there's like interdimensional networking between this quantum computer and quantum computers in other dimensions. Like they're saying that that's the only logical explanation for how this thing can work so good. Now, if they put this, they need nuclear power plants to power this thing. That's how strong and powerful this thing is. Now, if you put this thing at the helm of anything, right, and this thing is this powerful, this smart, you telling me this thing can't just make itself and make itself and make itself and exponentially to the point where people can't even keep up with this thing? Like where does it stop, right? Where does it stop? And what if this thing decides robots are more important than people? And computers are more important than people, and they're just like, fuck people.
Well, this is what I get.
This is what. Or what if they say, well, there should be a distribution of wealth. Why does 2% of the population own 98% of the wealth? And then they go into everyone's bank account because everything is online. Everything is, I mean, literally everything. Unless you have a safe with money in it, like everything is online. All your information, all your everything. And they said, well, we're just going to distribute the wealth, and then it gets really good for me and you.
No, it'd be chaos.
It would be chaos, right? Because the rich and powerful people would be like, this is nuts.
It'd be chaos for everything.
But then how do you stop it, right? It's not just, you don't just unplug it from a wall and then it's stopped.
Why can't you just shut the nuclear power plant down?
Because it's going to be reproducing itself so much at such a rapid pace, we won't be able to. We would have to unplug the entire world.
This is in theory.
In theory, you would have to unplug the entire world to stop it.
This is in
so
theory.
So now, if we plug it back in, this thing turns back on, and then
but it's a theory.
Yeah, but this is not in theory though. Like this is happening. Like what Steve is describing is way more likely to occur than like Jeff Bezos finding goodness in his heart to not replace humans with.
I'm not saying
robots.
It's impossible. I'm not saying it's not happening. What aggravates me is why the fuck are people so interested or so wanting this stuff that could end the world?
But it's the rich and powerful that want it, and then what
but
they
if it
do
ends
is
the world, they kill themselves.
Yeah, but it's not going to end the world. It's going to end us. So the only way to stop it, right, is to turn all the electricity.
That don't make sense. If it's going to kill us, it's going to
kill us. It's going to stop our purpose.
Then it would stop the purpose. They would stop even the rich people's purpose.
Like it would make money would be obsolete. Like it would be no purpose.
So then
for money.
it would destroy everyone.
It's not, but it's not going to kill you. Like it's not going to put a gun in your head and kill you.
No, essentially,
it's going to change everything.
It would destroy.
And the way to keep what we have,
society.
The way to keep society as we have it would be to unplug the entire grid in the entire world, shut it off. So now we have no electricity.
Nature.
And then where do we go from there?
Nature.
Right? And then we got to rebuild an independent electrical system, which would take how long is it taking to get to this point?
You just proved my point.
That's not nature, that's people.
Yes, it is. But guess what? When you have no power and everything, what you back to? You're back to ground zero, ground one. Planting food, finding water, you're back to zero. Nature.
Yeah, but do you think?
Because guess what?
Do you think this world could survive? Like, do you think?
No, it would be a complete
We would have
disaster.
no medicine. We would have no chemotherapy. We would have nothing that we have. It would be like the Oregon Trail. Like you are in 4th grade playing Oregon Trail. You get the flu and you die.
Yeah.
Start game over.
Yeah. Life expectancy would be
you need to amputate
would
your
be
leg.
40 again, the age of 40 instead of 83 like it is now. So I hope everybody will be happy that they're so interested in this thing, and Joe Rogan's out there are just so interested in
He's not. He's scared to death.
Putting this right, and they should be, because this fucking bull. And then you got guys that have millions of influencers and followers, and you put it out there. Now everybody's talking about it, and guess what? It is bad. And if something like that does happen, it's ultimately society. What's that?
Aren't these conversations we should have though? Like, if what you're saying is the people and the good nature of whatever, how are you ever going to do that unless you're having this conversation?
Well,
now?
I agree. This is why we're doing this.
But like the Rogans too, like he's putting it out there, which spawns these conversations.
I think some of it is.
The only people that this excites are the people that can really use it to their advantage. The Jeff Bezos, the super elite rich, the deep states.
But even if he knows the potential of this thing, why would you want to get involved if you know it would destroy you?
Because he's so lustful of money and power, he just wants it all.
So I'll die.
Yeah, like Rogan talks about this guy who he's friends with, who is a billionaire. He has $2 billion. He's worth $2 billion. That's his net worth. And he hangs out with guys with $60 billion. And he feels like a poor fuck. That's not normal. If you had $2 billion, would you feel poor next to a $60 billionaire?
I wouldn't be next to a $60 billion guy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But okay, I get what you're saying. No, a billionaire's a billionaire. Whether it's 1 or 50 billion, I mean, I would think a billionaire. If you had $100 million or $1 billion, I don't think there's much of a difference.
No, hold on. There is a massive difference between 100 million and a billion.
Well, yeah,
it's not even close.
I'm just saying, if I had that money. Well, if I had $100 million, I'm living the life of luxury.
Well, here, let me put this into perspective, right? If you had like a million seconds, that's 11 days. A billion seconds is 32 years.
I know how much of a difference is. I'm saying the concept of $100 million, generational money, $100 million, and extreme generational money, billions of dollars. I understand billions of dollars is way more than 100 million. But if you had 100 million and I had $1 billion, we're both well off and set.
I don't think you understand what's motivating these people to get the money. It's not the number. It's just the acquisition of wealth.
Like, listen,
they're addicted to.
If you were so driven, right, everything you did revolved around like say we'll take Two in a Blue for example. Say you became so obsessed with the success of Two in a Blue that all you did was like, this was your entire focus. Like, fuck my family, fuck my wife, fuck everything. I don't care. I'm laser focused on this.
Okay.
And then this thing grew success, right? You like, if you're the type of person who gets laser focused like that, there is no finish line. Like, you're not like, okay, this is successful enough, now I can resume my life. You become like, there's like the goalpost just keeps moving further and further.
Yeah,
and further.
I don't know what with that. Maybe it just doesn't make sense to me. The guy that has $1 million with the $60 million guy it feels out of place. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense to most people, but that's why most people don't have $1 billion. You know, that's why 2% of the 100% have 98% of the money.
It's because it's so hard. But did anybody ever think
is that wild?
No, because I think it's so hard to get that money.
Yeah, but think about that concept. 2% of the population has 98% of the wealth. I think it's something like that.
That makes sense.
But that's insane. That 2% is so wildly driven that there's nothing they'd be happy with.
What comes after $1 billion? Trillion? So how many percent of the world is a trillionaire?
It's that 2%.
Because there's a big difference between $1 billion and $1 trillion, is there not?
There is a big difference.
Okay, so if there's a trillionaire,
we will have the first trillionaire in not too much time. Like that's gonna happen.
I believe
which
that.
is also fucking insane,
right? Yeah. But then that would be the top 1% of the world.
Yep.
You understand? And then if you're going higher than $1 trillion, that would even be a smaller percentage of the population.
I think this conversation is actually a good example of what we're talking about here. It's a good analogy because you keep moving the goalpost also.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it is. It's just okay. I know people are psycho-driven, like they're you know that they are. They're addicted to the success and addicted to the money. I get it. But these equations and people that throw these numbers out there, these multi-billionaires, they control everything. Well, no, they had the 2% of the money, the 2% of the most money in the world because it's so fucking hard to become a billionaire.
But Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, like the Saudi Arabian princes with all this billions and billions of dollars, like these people are they're never gonna just stop and sit on their couch and enjoy their life. They are going to go until they die. And that's just it.
Yeah, but that don't bother me though. I mean, they can go.
But these are the people we're talking about that have the access to this technology that's going to drive people like us out of the workforce.
I don't know. But I like technology. I mean, these advances in technology are good things.
Some of them are awesome. Some of them are awesome. And look, there is a chance that this technology makes the world awesome.
That's what I'm hoping. I can't see. I find it hard to believe that anything is being created for negative, or even if they're not, that people are just so driven to get this power, this wealth, and this power that no one around them is seeing what's going on.
Well, what about nuclear bombs? They let people build nuclear bombs so that they had the power, so they could have a red button on their desk and they could.
Well, I didn't say that's correct either.
No, but it's the same concept, right? You just build something to threat, like you're building the biggest, most powerful thing so that you have the power.
Yeah, and when they do, don't people get up in arms like, hey, don't you see what that guy's doing over there? He's building a fucking nuke.
Well, now everyone has a nuke.
Right, but if they he's going to go test launch a nuke, everybody knows about it. So if this person is so well driven, he's so dove in, he's going to put himself in he's going to put himself in this out in the open for people to see that this guy's a psycho.
I mean, Elon Musk is the wealthiest man in America. He's the right-hand man of the president, and more than half the country, absolutely hates him.
Yeah.
Like, what you're describing is already happening in front of our faces right now.
Yeah. So, but you think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the outcome of what's going on right now. So I can't really give I can't give a good opinion on what I think is happening. I don't agree with what's going on right now.
We're not talking about Doge.
Yeah.
We're not
But yeah, I mean,
put Doge aside.
My point is that he has worked, like, the money wasn't enough. It was now position of power. Now just keep going. Like,
what do you think he's making to do what he's doing? Nothing.
I don't know. Do you think?
I don't think he's making $1.
Do you think that maybe he's doing it for any good?
No. No way.
It could be.
Do you think Donald Trump's doing it for any good?
Look, they're doing it.
No.
Listen, I think that whatever they're doing it to position America as best they can, and I don't think they care how it affects the working class, the middle class, even like the upper middle. They don't care. Like, they're doing what it takes to put America in a whatever they consider to be like the best position possible. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm waiting for the dust to settle. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's net positive, net negative. I don't know if we're in the green and we're in the red. I don't know where I'm at.
Well, guess what? If that's the case with these driven psychos that we're talking about, we're fucked.
Yeah, that's what I worry about this whole thing.
I don't worry about it, and I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I say it's impossible, and I'm not worried about it at all. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a conspiracy theory. Like, I do. There is some theories out there I believe in. I just don't. It's not. It just doesn't worry me enough. Like, I feel like I got so much. Like, even when I go down my rabbit holes of things, I don't go down these things that, like, I don't know. Maybe maybe because there's a deep fear of that, of like the end of the world, and I don't even want to fucking even think about it. Like, because to me it's not real.
But we're in a position right now where there's still time for like human intervention. Like, there is still time. Like,
and I hope, I believe, I want to believe that the human nature or human will step in somewhere and intervene.
But how do you tell a 100 billionaire what to do?
I guess you don't.
You don't. They want to click that fucking button, dude. They're gonna click it.
That's a scary thing.
Well, I'm glad we brought that up.
Yeah, thanks.
Now thanks for deferring to me.
Yeah,
on the
now
topic.
I'll just go home and have fucking nightmares now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's heavy.
So I got a quantum computer sitting on my desk tonight talking to me.
Want to talk about the Turnpike project? Remember we talked about it before?
Yeah, what's going on?
Exit 1 to 4. Have we talked about this recently?
Has it opened up? Is it off and going?
No, but I talked to someone about it. I forget if I talked about this or not. Like, this part of it. But so exit 1 to 4 or something like that, they're turning from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. We discussed that in both directions. And it's like a couple $1 billion job.
Yeah.
And remember me and you were like, well, what the fuck? Like, where's all this billion? Like, why is it costing this much money to put a road in, like a lane in? Because you figure they got plenty of room. But I talked to someone about it. You know how many overpasses there are?
How many?
There's like 30 something or 50 something. I forget exactly what he said. And look at this. Like go up and get as close as, like, before going under the bridge. Pause it like when you could see the bridge.
So every overpass is going to have some type of entrance and exit?
Now watch, you'll say. This is why they got to redo every one of these overpasses.
Because they're going to be taking that.
Stop. So see the columns there?
Yes.
See, that's where the beams.
That would be a lane.
That's where the beams meet. You can't move that. You have to tear that down, and you have to re-engineer the bridge so that you can move those, so that span can be supported by the metal on top. Because right now it can't. So every single one of these overpasses has to get rebuilt.
Wow.
That's a fucking project, dude.
Yeah.
That's a big project.
Yeah.
That's going to cause some disruptions in traffic.
Money. That's right. Operators, laborers.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah,
get out
see
there.
AI do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, AI.
Right. Let's see quantum computer pave the fucking road.
Watch, it'll just be like done.
Right.
It goes tomorrow. Turnpike will be done.
If I walk out tomorrow and,
Listening.
I don't know, a robot delivers my package to me and says, "Have a nice day, Mr. Caruso," I'll be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
He was right. Like, fuck, Steve was right. I gotta call him.
I am right.
All of a sudden, your face will just pop up in thin air. Hey, John, it's the new way we talk on FaceTime.
I'll be in your mind.
Right? Is it
telekinesis?
Is that not going to happen? Could that not happen? Like a hologram?
Yeah, I mean,
Elon
you would
Musk
think
is
so.
working on that. Neuralink, yeah.
Star Wars did that a long time ago.
Yeah,
I was really expecting that by now.
Yeah.
The hologram, like you can see the full body.
Like you come up like a FaceTime call, but it's like pixels in your face. Like, hey, what's going on, dog?
Put a whole new meaning to phone sex, dude.
Yes.
Just be banging holograms.
Just banging the air. What am I doing? I got into that. Just be humping the air like my bulldog. Let's talk about him.
Yeah.
That asshole, my bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In that video, I did the food review of La Carreta here in town, and my dog loves to just walk around and click his nails. Click, 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 click. He's the loudest dog. And if I holler at him and say, "Lionel, stop," he actually does stop. He knows what he's doing. He will stop. And this dog, he's a menace. The dog's a menace. He doesn't get his way, he shits in the house. He doesn't care. Does not care. I don't hit my dogs, but I firmly believe if you were to beat this dog within an inch of its life, he would shake it off and go, give you the finger, and continue doing what he was doing.
Your dog's a cat.
Pretty much.
Your dog is a cat.
He just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. I've never met a dog. He's like rude. You bump into him. He gives you a dirty look. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Meanwhile, the other dog's just the happiest dog in the world, Duke. Duke just loves life. Every day is the happiest day on earth. And Lionel just wakes up. Lionel sounds like a gurgling pot of goo just walking around. He makes noises. He just it's like a gurgling pot of fucking scum. Oh. He gets eye boogers, and the other dog licks all his eye scuzz. Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. Get a dog, they say.
My dog, she licks her paws a lot, and we go to the vet. They shoot her and stuff like that, but it always comes back. It's like some type of allergy.
Doesn't that noise get under your skin though?
It doesn't get under. I don't even notice.
Oh
my wife cannot stand it. Bro, you and Michelle, if you guys spent a day together, you would hate everything together.
Probably.
Yeah.
Michelle, I think it's legit. When I hear a dog licking, or when it licks and clicks its teeth. It makes my spine tingle.
That's what she does. I don't even know. Dude, we got this so before we put the overhead fan, when we bought the house, there's no overhead fan. So we got what we thought was a oscillating fan. It was like a tower one, but it wasn't. It was some weird thing, but it still put air out. It just wasn't a fan. Mm-hmm. And it makes this super loud. It's and she needs this thing on medium, not low, so I can hear the TV. She needs it on medium.
It's like brown noise.
Yeah. But dude, I'll try and put it on low. Can we put it on low so I could just watch TV while I'm laying in bed because I'm not tired yet? No, I need it. Please, babe. Are you serious? No, she hears the dog over this thing.
Really?
Wow. We're in pitch black. You can't hear nothing besides brrr. And somehow she's like, Ellie, stop licking.
Can she hear what's going on in Violin from the couch?
Could be.
I mean, Christ.
If Ellie was licking in Violin, she would hear it. Yeah.
And I know you dog listeners are listening out there. Okay, I love my dogs. Yeah. I do. Okay, but don't sit there and I get it. Okay, you love your dog. I get it, but it's annoying. It is. It's annoying. It gets annoying. It's irritating. Lick. Stop, please, for 5 seconds. I cannot. Like if there's no, and you have kids, so obviously it's never going to happen in your house. I cannot turn off the TV and just say I'm just going to sit here, have the windows open, and just listen to just silence.
Would you?
Yeah.
You would do that?
Yes, I've done it.
You're a psychopath.
I love to open the windows, lay on my recliner, and just lay there, close my eyes, and just listen, and just relax, clear, just totally go empty-headed. But I can't, because behind me you'll be. And then I'll get up. He'll drink water for 10 minutes and only get a teaspoon.
Yeah. You know what my dog does that does annoy me? Well, like you were saying, how as soon as you guys put a movie on, your dog will go drink the water.
He makes noises.
We'll put a movie on. Ellie will go in her food bowl, put the food in her mouth, bring it into the living room, and chew. I'm like, what are you doing?
Why do dogs do that?
Why would you do that?
Dogs pick up a mouthful of food, take it over with someone, drop it on the floor, and then eat it?
Disgusting.
What's wrong with the bowl? What's wrong with the bowl?
I don't understand.
And then they wonder why they call you an animal.
What's that mean?
Right. I don't know.
What does that mean when they do that?
I don't know.
She doesn't do it all the time, just to be like, just sometimes. She's not getting enough attention, I guess.
My stepmother goes over to my sister's house, and my sister has this, like, it's a Dachshund little terrier. So it has the Dachshund colors, but it's only like this tall and a little longer, like a terrier. It's like, I call it a cat dog because it jumps all over everything. It's very nimble.
It's a great show.
But she'll take a handful of food out of her bowl and feed it to her one at a time, like it's a treat. So it's food she eats all day.
Yeah.
Dogs are so smart.
Yeah. That's great. That's a good idea. It's actually brilliant.
It is.
Yeah. You want to do a dumb thing of the week?
Dumb things of the week.
Yeah, I'm attacking Wawa again.
Good.
Wawa,
Bellevue
Avenue, Bellevue.
Oh, yeah, Bellevue.
And the what we were watching in the cul-de-sac. So, the lid.
Yeah.
Where's the dome lid? Where's the other lid? That's my favorite lid. No, the one on Bellevue is completely out of them. These are all I can't stand these lids.
They're terrible. Those lids. Why do those lids suck so bad?
What is Listen,
can you explain why
Bellevue
these lids...
Avenue Wawa is absolutely disgusting. It's out of control. They got and it's the high ends in there. It's the corporate that don't give this store enough people. It's got so much traffic going in there. It doesn't need gas pumps. It's got enough traffic. And
I heard there's a lot of bums outside, like begging for money too.
They're not bums. Don't get me started. They're not bums.
Oh, what are they?
They come out of the halfway house across the street.
And they beg people for money?
No, they might ask for money. What's wrong with that? Just tell them no. Or do better yet, do what I do and go buy them a cup of coffee, and they walk right back across the street.
Is that all they want is coffee?
I buy a guy. In there.
So this was explained way different to me.
They're not bums. They're from the halfway house.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought that, like
listen. Am I 100% certain that there's no homeless people that stand out there and ask for money? No, I don't know that. However, most of the people that you do see standing outside the Bellevue Wawa are from the halfway house on that little side street directly across from it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't mean it.
No, but I do.
I wouldn't insult people who live in a halfway house.
But a lot of people do, and it aggravates the shit out of me because a lot of people are ignorant to the fact that what if that was somebody's dad who people just left.
Yeah. Look, I buy people coffee all the time. I never have cash on me to give anyone.
I normally buy them. If they ask for money, I say, I don't have any cash, but I'll get you something. You want a coffee? I'll buy a coffee. Maybe they had these little, like, $2. There's 2 cigars in them, and they're $2. I'll buy them a $2 pack of cigars and a coffee. Or sometimes I'll even buy them. The last time I bought a cheap pack of cigarettes, it still cost me $8. That ain't happening again. But, you want a Sizzly? Grab a Sizzly, grab a coffee. And you know what they do? Every single time, immediately, they will leave the store and go right back across the street.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
But if not, they'll stand there and they'll wait for somebody to help. I mean, listen, I just feel like everybody has a story. But and that's another thing. We could add that into the dumb thing of the week too. These people that go in and are like, asking for money again. Well, what the fucking? Why did it bother you? Because of the words they spoke, the air and noise, the noise, air movement, and
no. But it's kind of messed up for people to just post up somewhere that they know people are going just to ask for money. Like, it's.
What would you do if you were in that situation? It's a good one, ain't it? I know you're going to say, I'll do anything I got to do to get work. I'll do this. Let's put yourself in this position that you are homeless, truly homeless. Family left you.
Yeah, I would ask for money.
Yeah, I would too.
But I don't
know how I would do it.
But that is like, I feel like that's way more rare of a. So most of the bums you see, right? If you go to like Camden and you see these people that they're sleeping under the bridge and stuff like that, like there's a place for them all to sleep. They have shelter for all these people. They have to be in by 9 o'clock. Most of them don't want to be in by 9 o'clock.
A lot of these shelters are full sometimes.
Well, they're not done getting high. Is the problem? No, it's not even that. It's that they're not done getting high. They don't want to stop.
Right.
So
all right. Well, forget the reason.
Okay, but they would rather sleep under the bridge. A lot of them, like if they would attempt to turn their life around, like their family would be supportive and try and help them out.
Okay.
You know, like a vast majority of them.
But that's not these people that are in front of that Wawa.
I misspoke.
Yeah, I know you did, and a lot of people do. But some people don't care. They're like, I don't care. They're over there, whatever. The state's probably paying them. Why are they asking me for money? My point is,
it just sucks when you're like,
no. You know what sucks is fucking people. People suck. That why does somebody's words bother them so much? Oh, can I have a couple dollars? Sorry, buddy, I just don't have any cash.
Yeah, they don't want you down.
And keep on going. And then you got to complain about it. That you're going to get inside your warm car and go to your warm house or go to your job that's going to pay you money because that guy asked you for $1. How about you go fucking pound sand, not the guy that's asking for $1? That's the shit that pisses me off. I can't stand that. It really goes up my ass. And I'm not saying you did. I know you did. You didn't understand it.
No, it's all right.
But these people that do it, they fucking it gets under my skin. The ignorance of these people. And you know what? A lot of these people are a lot of people that do complain about these people are big scumbags themselves. That's what they are. They're just not happy with themselves. They're just miserable people. And God forbid this person was asking for $1. My God.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, is that a I wonder how.
No, but so the picture that was painted to me was it's like the same people. There's like a line of them. You got to walk through. Like it's like an obstacle course.
Yeah.
And it's it is. It's like the same people are like they're just making it like their job to go out there and ask for money, and then they're using that money not for like essentials. That's messed up.
Fucked up on them. But what's it matter if you just say no and walk the other way and go in the door? How about this? How about this? Just ignore them.
You can do that. It just I don't know. What if you were walking your 3-year-old into Wawa? Like, would you want?
Sure, why not?
I don't know.
It's the world. It's just how it is.
I mean, I'll push back a little bit on that. Yeah. Like, a lot of these people are like maybe not in that specific scenario. Like if the halfway house is right there, but a lot of these people that are sleeping on the trash can outside of Wawa, they're on drugs. They're people who are on drugs are unpredictable. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's out of line to feel uncomfortable having to walk through a gauntlet of those kind of people to get a cup of coffee.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But it doesn't give anybody the place to be ignorant or rude.
No, I mean, I guess not to be rude.
If you want to be skeptical, if it makes you nervous and afraid, I get that. Because some of the guys that even come from the halfway house, there's a couple larger gentlemen. They're very intimidating. One is very intimidating to me, and I get it. And how a woman can be intimidated by just walking past that and fear of health. Not that she doesn't want to give them money or they're in fear for health. I get that. I don't get the people who they're going there to get coffee and a guy asks for $1 and you're fucking so upset. That I don't understand. That I don't get. It's like, did they really do something to you to get? Did they?
Are they mad about the asking for the $1, or are they mad that like?
I would like to ask that person.
That's like the hub. It's like the hub.
I would like to know what are you so mad about? I guess again, that's just the way I treat it. Other people, and I'm not saying they're. You know what? Maybe it's wrong for me to do. I feel like it would be wrong for me to treat somebody that way. If somebody else is doing it and that's how they feel, go.
You don't have to treat them like an asshole to still feel uncomfortable.
No, you don't. Yeah. I mean, you don't. But I don't. I've never. I don't understand. I hear these people. Where are these homeless people sleeping on the bed?
You're making a solid point. Like I think you are. I think you're making a solid, like, humane point. Yeah.
I just don't see these homeless people in town. Like, I know that we have a problem.
I haven't seen them either.
I know we have a problem.
Maybe one every once in a while.
I know about the people that come from the halfway house across the street. I've seen it before. If you listen to some people, you would think we lived in Camden. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know, Pennsgrove or something, like, down in Salem County somewhere. Like, you would think that, or Bridgeton, the middle of Bridgeton. That's what this sounds like, and I just don't see it.
No, that's not the case.
Yeah. I just don't see it.
It's definitely an overreaction.
I mean, listen, people get aggravated. That's fine. Here's what I say: you're entitled to your pain. You're entitled to be aggravated and frustrated with these people. That's fine. What you're not entitled to is to insult or go, and piss or insult these people and get the fuck away from me. Get a job. That's the other one. Go get a fucking job.
I've never heard anyone say that ever.
I have.
That's insane.
And that's nuts. Yeah. Go get a job. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's not that easy.
No. Right. Right.
Not from that condition.
Because it would be easy for him, that guy that's saying it, if he got laid off, it'd be easy for him to just go get a job.
Right. Well, dude, look, if you have a car and nice clothes and you can take a shower all the time, like, it's a lot easier to get a job than if you are in those conditions.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like, not a lot of people are like, yeah, sure.
But it's even still hard if you had a nice clothes and a nice job. If you got laid off nowadays, it's a cutthroat fucking world. Yeah. It ain't. I talked about this the other day. Back in the old days, and this has gotten, and it's a shame. This world has gotten away from. You worked at the post office. You worked there the rest of your life. You worked at this place. You worked at Whitehall and Hamilton or whatever. These places, the electric company. You worked there your rest of your life. It was a set, and you're good, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, even with us in the union, it's scary. Mm-hmm. Nobody's job is secure at all whatsoever. Atlanticare just cut 500 people. You'd have thought Doge just went in there not too long ago. 500 people and nurses, like, in positions that they felt weren't necessary. 500 people gone. I'm like, holy shit.
Are they union?
No, that part isn't. A lot of nurse. No, that part isn't. No. Virtual has a union, but Atlanticare doesn't.
It's getting wild.
Yeah,
it's getting wild. It's very, very competitive.
And now them persons that have a degree are going to have to try to find a job.
The nurses find jobs is pretty easy though. I feel like.
It's not that easy.
It's fortunate.
And honestly, you have to that's the other thing. When you're a nurse, you don't just say, "Oh, hey, you're hired." It's like a 60-day process.
It is. There's a lot of
background licenses. Yes.
A lot of introduction to the workforce, like classes online and it's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Can we get back to this lid for a second?
Go ahead.
What do you think sucks so much about that lid?
Well, all right. There is one benefit to this lid. If I leave it just like that and drink, it tends to not spill as much. If I open it all the way like this, you can forget it. This thing's going everywhere in the truck, in my holders.
Yeah, because they suck. I can't explain why, but those lids suck.
The other ones, they used to suck. If my Dodge, like you're bouncing around, it doesn't matter what coffee thing it is. I just like that one. My wife likes it, and I'm sure other people like. They put the little straws in, and little straws.
Like Starbucks.
Yes, and you put they like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know. I was
really gonna get it together.
I'm glad I brought it up because we brought up a lot about that area. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pissed me off. All right. How about the water tower?
What about it?
Boom.
What?
The one behind the elementary school.
What about it?
It bursted. It was in the Gazette.
Huh.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. Something happened. I don't know. There was a malfunction or something with they're looking into it. It's investigated.
Weren't they just up there? Like, I thought I just remember seeing scaffolding wrapped around that thing.
Maybe they might have just painted it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They didn't notice anything.
I don't know. If there's either an alarm, something didn't sound off.
It was
obviously
super corroded. They're like, just paint over it.
No. Well, where it bursted is where it's supposed to burst. In case if like a high pressure, it'll burst at one of these.
Was there
seams.
Carbon dioxide in there, building up that?
No,
caused that.
I don't think. No, it's the pressure of the tank holds so much. Once it hits a certain pressure, there's an alarm or a regulator that will stop it or signal. If it's not stopping, it'll signal someone. apparently it malfunctioned.
Filled up with too much water.
Yeah, and that's
so
what burst it.
the water, like the safeguard they had to prevent it from overflowing with water
failed.
Oh, I guess that's not the worst case scenario then.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just and actually from what I understand it's like the second time it happened. This happened like early 2000s.
It's definitely Wawa and Bellevue's fault.
Like I think it's the lids.
Because these guys are waiting in line so long, they forget what they got to do at work.
Right.
And they're like,
and now
what
they're
was I
pissed.
supposed to do?
Now they're pissed.
They're supposed to fix
and then
they're
pissed about this lid, and then they forgot to plug the fucking alarm in.
Yeah.
And now we got
water. I knew I had
now
something
there's water
to do.
everywhere.
Nah.
It was like it looked like an Oprah Winfrey show. It was like water for everyone. Water everywhere.
Quick shout out to the sponsors.
Let's do it. Helmets to Hardhats. If you're a veteran coming out into the workforce, coming back to the civilian world, and you are looking to get into the union construction trades, look up Helmets to Hardhats. Helmets to Hardhats is the gateway for you to get the union construction trades. Call Helmets to Hardhats today. Steve, who you got over there?
We got Let's Be Frank. He's making Bloody Mary mix and espresso martinis.
Yummy.
Best in the business. Go online, franks-way.com. You can order yours today.
Thanks, Frank.
And Dave Birnbaum is back in the picture.
Buy with Burn.
Buy with Burn in the Remax community. If you're going to buy with Burn.
Buy with Burn in the Remax community.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right, that about wraps it up for episode 41 here at Two in the Blue. I am John Flounder. This is Stevie D, Big Lou in the background. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, get in the comments, get on some of these big posts we got rolling out there. We're on fire right now, 17,500 followers and growing. Thanks for tuning in. Dad, how we do?
I think there's something wrong with you.